What's going on, guys? Moto Fever Media back with another video today. So today I just want to talk about the 450 class, do some bench racing, talk about Aaron Plessinger and whether or not he's going to be able to redeem himself this weekend in Detroit, where he almost won last year. He led most of the race and then unfortunately went down right at the end of the race, which cost him his first ever 450 career win. Now, thankfully, since then, he did get his first win, which was awesome to see. And now he's been your points leader the last two rounds. He's heading into Detroit as your points leader, the arena that cost him so many emotions and things last year. So, can he overcome all that? Can he possibly win? And can he hold on to the points lead?
Man, that hurts. But get back up on the saddle and get back up there. Don't count me out. I'm not done yet. We'll be back with a vengeance. I love Detroit. Wish I could have won it, but we'll get them next year.
So, can AP win? Yes, he can. We already saw him do that. Yes, it was in slightly slick conditions, but he already demonstrated last year that he could, put the speed down on the dry tracks, and we're going into the very same dirt and arena that he did so well last year. So I absolutely think you could see Aaron Plessinger win this weekend. However, I don't, if I had to bet, I would not pick him as my first choice to win. Who would I pick over him? Well, that's a tough question. There's a lot of guys who could win right now. So to further dive into that, what I want to do is I want to talk about the point standings. So if you guys go back and we compare the points from this year to last year, what you'll see is that, yes, Plessinger is on top. He's got 80 points. But here's the interesting thing. Compared to the first four rounds last year, he actually would have been all the way back in fourth place in the point standings. And not only that, if you compare the top 12 from this year to the top 12 from last year, almost all of them are significantly lower in points compared to the person that was in that position last year. So what that shows is just that, there's been a lot more shakeups this year. There's been a lot more ups and downs, and therefore the points are a little bit closer. But the spread, to be honest with you, is not that much different than last year. It's just everyone has less points. So what that shows me is that, no one's being as consistent as last year. And even last year, nobody was overly consistent. Yeah, Tomac did get 3 out of 4 wins, but he also had in round 2, he didn't quite do as well. So with all that being said, it's just very hard to predict exactly what's going to happen. Obviously, we have some clear-cut contenders and people who are going to be at the front, but, it is very hard to say. So, if I was to throw a dart or take a guess, whatever you want to call it, I would have to say that I think that you're going to see Webb up front. I think you're going to see Lawrence up front. I think whoever gets a good start, obviously, is going to do well. I think Webb does enjoy this Detroit-style dirt a lot more than what we've seen in the first 4 rounds. I think that Jett is still extremely talented and that he will bounce back at some point, whether it's this round or later. Now, who do I think will leave Detroit as the points leader? Well, there's only really 4 realistic candidates for that question, which is obviously AP, the current points leader, and then in second, you got Chase. Third, you have Cooper, and then fourth is Jett. And yes, Eli is still within striking distance, but if he leapfrogged from 5th to 1st, that would be pretty insane. Do I think Chase leaves as the points leader? I think there is definitely a good chance at that. If Chase were to win and Aaron got 3rd, bam, Chase is the points leader. And that could very well happen. So likelihood of Chase leaving as the points leader, I'd put that at about 60%. As far as Aaron, leaving the points leader, if he wins, he leaves the points leader. If he gets second, he leaves as the points leader. If he gets anything worse than second, then there's a chance that he doesn't retain the points lead. So Can Aaron get first or second? Absolutely. Do I think he does? Probably not. I think he's going to be third, fourth, or fifth. So realistically, I think a good spot for him is probably about fourth. So the likelihood of him leaving as the points leader, I would say it's about 40%. Now, with Webb, here's the interesting thing about Webb. He's actually in a similar situation as Chase. The difference is he would need Aaron to get fourth. So if Webb wins, Aaron gets fourth, Coop leaves as the points leader, regardless of what Chase does, because Coop is only 2 points in back of Chase. So if he wins, then even if Chase gets second, he's going to leapfrog Chase. And if Aaron gets fourth, which I did just say I predict him to be right around fourth, then Coop is going to leave as your points leader. Now, if something were to happen where, say, Jett wins, Coop gets second, Chase gets third, and AP gets fourth, then everyone's going to tighten up, and AP would still be the points leader. So that would be pretty insane. But long story short, I think the likelihood of Coop leaving as the points leader is also about 40%. Moving on to Jett Lawrence. Obviously, he's had a couple rough goes here. He hasn't been on the podium since he won in round one. But what's kind of crazy is even after that pretty big mistake at the end of Anaheim 2 where he dumped it and lost 4 overall positions after losing 2 on the track in a matter of seconds and losing a bunch of points in the process, he's still only 8 points behind the points leader, which is kind of mind-blowing, especially after seeing all the mistakes he's made. I mean, he crashed in 2 of the main events just last weekend, and he's still only 8 points back. So I don't think we can write him off. I don't think, many people have. I definitely think he's right in the thick of this thing, and I do think there's a pretty real chance that he does leave as the points leader. But realistically, I don't think he's going to take over the points lead until round 6. So we'll have to keep an eye on exactly what he does. But if he rips a start and, if he takes the lead, the only thing that I think will stop him from taking that points lead is just those guys finishing close enough to him, second, third, to keep him from leapfrogging everybody. Realistically, if you do the math, all Jett has to do if he wins is have Coop finish in second, and then I believe if Chase finishes in third and AP finishes in fifth, then that would do the trick. Now, I realize that there's other people that can get second and third and so on, but I'm just saying that even if Cooper were to still get second, Chase got third, that would be enough to give Jett the points lead, assuming AP also got fifth. So you just throw Roxon in fourth, or anybody else, Roxon, Tomac, any of those guys, second, third, or fourth, and move those guys down, then Jett would end up leaving Detroit with the red plate. So the likelihood of Jett leaving Detroit with the red plate, I would put that at about 30%. Like I said, I don't think he'll take it over until round 6. But I do think it's entirely possible. However, given how much things have been shaken up in the first 4 rounds, I don't think that you're going to see anyone just take hold of this championship and start running away with it right now, just go on a tear yet. I do think that's possible at some point, somebody might go on a run, but I think everybody still thinks they're in it and everyone's going to really fight for it right now. So I do think you're going to still see a lot of back and forth and things are going to get shook up just in these next couple rounds. And then we will have to reevaluate then and see if it looks like anyone's starting to build some momentum. With that being said, guys, I just wanted to come in here and kind of put some hard numbers to what's really going on this weekend, what to look for, and how far out these guys really are. And then also just kind of give my opinion on some bench racing and, what I think could happen. So if you guys made it this far in the video, I appreciate you sticking around. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm going to be, just breaking things down throughout the season, keeping an eye on different things. I'm going to be posting, updates, injury updates, some track and race analysis throughout the season. Let me know if you guys want me to do more statistics and things like that, if you find that interesting, or, what you guys want to see. I'm looking to be posting at least a couple videos a week throughout the season, including Pro Motocross and the SMX. So with all that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to stick around for the journey. I'll see y'all in the next video.